enjoy more, fire dancing or performing?
So music has always been my first love. I don't really necessarily think I could choose what I enjoy doing more. They both help me in different ways in my life, but I think music will always be number one for me. My name is Amanda Salemi, and I am a musician, fire performer. I was in the Army National Guard, artist, and full-time mom. And I'm also a bartender. When I was younger, I always wanted to do different things. I always wanted to be an artist. I always really enjoyed watching people do the things that they love, and became inspired by artists and musicians alike, and I always knew that I had something in me that could possibly adventure into something like that. I was first introduced to the industry when I was young. My father worked for a printing company, and they printed a lot of labels for CDs and cassette tapes back then, and stuff like that. And on top of it, my father was a musician himself, so I was able to even join in sometimes when my father would play shows and whatnot. Also, my grandparents owned a restaurant that had live entertainment. So coming up with a genre for music can be really tough sometimes, especially when it's your own. Consuelo's Revenge is a 7-piece band that I'm in, and that I would definitely categorize under Americana. We do a slew of different genres all in one. And for my mother, I think that project is the most difficult for me to define. It's an acoustic duo with myself and Mike Baker, and it's very vocally driven, with like kind of a progressive rock kind of feel acoustically. It's not your average acoustic music. As far as my solo stuff, again, it's really difficult for me to really fully describe, but I guess I would describe it as maybe rock pop, like angst pop or something. I don't know. I really wouldn't even know what to describe it as, but something along those lines. I think that Liam's a little young for my music. Not saying that it's stuff that he can't listen to because he's young, but I don't think he hasn't experienced the things that I've experienced. So my music isn't really relatable for him. But I hope that one day when he gets older and he experiences different things in life, that he can look back at those songs or listen to my songs and say, I'm not alone in feeling these feelings. I am inspired by so many different people that it's really difficult for me to just pinpoint a few. Musically, I am surrounded by local musicians constantly, and the local scene in Providence is not only full of talented people, but they're all very inspiring human beings as well. And then of course you get people who Freddie Mercury, who is he's a legend, and Jeff Buckley again, and then Shannon Hoon from Blind Melon. Those are just to name a few of my influences and people who I love as vocalists and musicians.